If you go from terrible to bad, that's still bad. Packing up for a show. Shop the Curiosity, Danbury, Connecticut. First time doing this show, so I don't know what to expect. I know it's only a one-day show, but from what I hear, they get a great crowd. 4 horsemen go, a lot of foot traffic. So I'm just trying to determine what quantities of things I want to bring. Trying to figure out things that sold last show. I keep track of all the quantities we bring and then what we sell through. So I kind of know like what does well at shows and what doesn't. Like, it's interesting, like the Swarm Sentry has sold really well, like on our site. Like he doesn't like blow it out like some of the other items do, but he sells really consistently. Like, we're selling them every week, but it shows, for some reason he sells really well at shows. Rollout was not as great online as he was at shows. Something about like when people see it in person versus a picture online. It's just different, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the show algorithm, I just kind of go with it. When I do shows, I'm pretty good at negotiating to get my, my standard booth size. Some places use 6-foot tables, some places use 8-foot tables. So I usually just say I need a 10 by 20, and it accommodates me for bringing my own tables. It's like I can use other people's tables, but I'd rather know my setup and, know what I'm doing. So I just told, the girl who runs the show, Nicole, I was like, listen, I bring my own 6-foot tables. I know my setup. I just need the space. So she was accommodating to give me the space. And then like with DFW, they use 8-foot tables. So it's like the space he gave me is based on 8-foot tables. But because it's Dallas and I'm having stuff sent there, I'm not bringing tables with me, because then I have to have everything shipped to the show. I'll use their tables, but now I have to figure things out because I'm used to doing things based on 6-foot tables. Now I have to do it based on 8-foot tables, which isn't the end of the world. We'll make it work. More space, the better. I mean, for DFW, I'm going to need it because of the amount of product we're going to have. We're going to have the exclusive, and that's going to take up a whole lot of space. But we're also going to be selling through a ton of them, so it's only going to be a lot of space for a short period of time. So one of the things that I hate the most about doing shows, and it's not anything to do with the show, it's just basically getting ready for the show, is that, for those of you who have seen our shows, we have, risers with all the product. We have loose and boxed product, so that you can see. You want to see the actual figure, not just, the box. Now what I have to do is, when I set up for the shows, is this is where I have the posed out figures and all their accessories. So every time I do a show, I have to take the figures down that we're taking that are in stock. One, that kills my OCD because then I see gaps in here. But then it's just like, if I have like shows where, for instance, in June 8th, I'm doing a Maryland show, and then a few weeks later, DFW. Well, I'm not going to like put these back up, only to take them back down. So it's just like, I have to constantly like take these down. And I know you're probably just like, why don't you just make samples for shows? Yeah, that's probably a smart idea. I should probably do that. But then I just have to like waste more product and take that time. But you know what? I'm probably going to do that. So you're probably going to write in the comments, hey, you should probably just make another bin of samples to take. But what happens when items sell out and then, then you just have this loose figure, which then we can sell in a Wounded Warehouse sale. But that's the one thing that like I hate about doing the shows. Because then, also, how do you transport a posed figure? So it's like, you gotta gingerly put them in a bin, but then it's gonna get jostled around, so you still have to, like, you know, fix them when you get there. So these figures have been posed out so many times. And then there are times where, like, Ryan or Ninja will pose out a figure that I really, really like. And I take pictures of it because I'm like, oh, I like that pose. I want to make sure we preserve that pose. I think this bone collector here, where he's putting the mag in the rifle, I think Ninja did that at like PowerCon, and I kept him like that ever since because I just liked that pose. But now when we take him to shows, I have to like preserve that one. But yeah, that's kind of the pain of you know, loading up for shows, but comes with the territory. Always got to remember to charge your stuff. Otherwise you get on the show floor and you're like, oh, my credit card machine isn't charged? I need to hire somebody to get me ready for the show. So I don't have to keep doing this. But like Maryland, I'll bring everything with me in the trailer. DFW, I have to palletize everything and send it down there, which is the first time we're going to do that. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, and then the rest of the shows through the year, pretty local. And then I've got an announcement for 2 shows that got added for October and November that are huge shows, and we're probably going to have an exclusive for one of them. I know that word, exclusive. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm in good shape.
Shop the Curiosity toy show. I forget the name, the full name. Danbury, Connecticut. My home state, which Bobby loves. Right, Bobby?
Your home state.
You're going there twice this year. That's crazy.
Yeah, Mohegan doesn't really count though. It's right over the border. It's right over the border.
Ryan said some really nice things about you the other day.
What was that?
He said Ryan said some really nice things about you the other day.
Did he?
He said Bobby's such a great guy. I love him.
He was lying.
What do I have to do for this $100 at DFW?
He was lying. Hot. Thought it was gonna be cooler today, so I wish I had my shorts on. But it's all right. It's a lighter load. It's a one-day show. One-day show. But a one-day show can mean you sell a lot in a shorter period of time than a lot over 3 days. But because it's the first time I'm doing this show, I don't know what to expect. So if we sell out of stuff, we sell out of stuff. But it's it's a one-day show, but it's also only 10 to 3. Like, it's not really that long. 5-hour show, like, you know, I've never done a really short one-day show like this. Maryland at least is like a full day, you know.
Maryland
Yeah.
is busy.
But don't they do Friday? Is it Friday night for like 2 hours, like VIP,
I think so.
and then it's the Saturday? Yeah, so at least you get that. This is just Saturday. So it'll be interesting to see like the dynamic of the show, but we'll see. Hopefully it's good.
Now he's going to DFW, right? I think he said he is. But people have been giving him mad super chats to help him get out there or whatever.
So I'm gonna tell you about China. So while we were there, you know, I got to see the first bone collector sample because I met up with Dave. He's from the first factory, and you know, I was talking to them because I have the new head pack and the new hand packs coming, and they were like, you know, we're going to be busy through the fall, but we kind of have a lull right now. So if you want to do a reissue of any figures, let us know because we have time to do molding.
Really?
And I said, I've been getting asked a lot about Trigger. So I told him, I said, let's do a reissue of Trigger on the blister card. He'll be the first figure that was released in the box and then on the blister card. Yep. So I'm just trying to think of what I want to change on him. You know, like I changed the tank top on Carrick.
Yeah.
And, you know, stuff on the Bone Collector.
Yeah.
I think that works out really well when I do that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think
cool.
what I want to change on Trigger. You know? Is this hat color? You know, is it tank top, his pants, you know, like
I would
be
say
a number of things.
Try to. Can you change like the camo on his pants?
I probably could.
Make it like a more greenish. Because it's like tan.
I could
More
do
tan, right?
I could do two-tone like I did on Blowback.
Yeah. You know, that would be dope.
Yeah.
I would change his hat color too. You got to change his hat color because his hat is kind of iconic to him. I would say.
Change his hat color?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to think. Like, what should I change? I mean, it'd be nice if I could plug some holes in my vintage Star Wars figure coin collection. But these kind of shows aren't really the type of places you find the Category 5 coins. You know, you're talking coins that go for like $1,000 a piece, which is ridiculous. And I don't want to pay that. So I'm waiting for the market to change a little bit. But it's like, you know, I need them. I need some coins. Got to finish the collection. You know, but I'm certainly not going to be like those people out there when it comes to exclusives, like, well, they're $1,000 coins. I can't get them, so I'm not gonna collect the line anymore. No, I'm just gonna wait until one day I have the means to get the Category 5 coins. Not sure when that'll be, but sometime. I've been into Kenner Dark Knight stuff lately, so I don't know if that's a rabbit hole I'm going to go down. So I might keep my eye out for some of that or some Kenner Batman animated series stuff. Definitely that stuff is on my radar for the right price, though. Again, like all this stuff, guys are charging like ridiculous amounts of money for stuff nowadays. I feel like vintage sellers just, I can't get behind it anymore. It's like, you know, I'd rather wait, and you know, a lot of guys don't like dealing with eBay. I love eBay. I can sit there, I can be patient, I can wait till I find what I'm looking for and see how the market goes and do those, you know, best offer kind of deals. I just feel like vintage sellers, you can't get them to budge a lot on price, and it's not really ideal. So I just try not to deal with vintage sellers, you know, until they start, like, you know, recognizing like the market is ridiculous and that it's not sustainable. You know, they're gonna keep juicing and juicing and juicing, but I don't dig it, you know. Like and it's like, I know, like, it's like, oh well, you can like make an offer. Like guys be like, oh well, just make me an offer. It's just like, listen, if you have a figure listed for $1,200 when I know it's a $600 figure, what offer are we actually going to come to? You're way too high. You're way too high. So it's just, you know, one of those things where I just don't bother. I don't want to waste anybody's time. So that's that. Jordan doesn't believe in the word finesse. Like, it's not even in his vocabulary. And the thing is, he's been doing this with me for 2 years now, 2.5 years. We've done tons of shows together. He knows how I want stuff done.
Are we gonna have like a Jordan bashing segment?
And it's like, the dude still just does it his caveman way. It's like,
Call me Lady Gaga. I was born this way.
If you go from terrible to bad, that's still bad.
It's a step up.
It's not like you're like, oh man, I improved and like I'm really good now, I don't do any of that. No, it's like, okay, well, you used to make 10 mistakes, now you make 7 mistakes.
I'm at like 4. All right.
4's still bad.
It's an improvement, okay?
Like an animal.
I'm a ruffian. What can I say?
Like an animal. And I just don't understand.
I don't understand why you still keep me around.
I've been asking myself that for a long time now.
2.25 years? I would say either his hat color or his camo. What are you leaning towards, or have you not really thought about it too much yet?
I need to look at it. Now, I thought about possibly changing his legs, because you know how he's got the full pants?
Yeah.
I was thinking about changing it so that he has boots. But I was like, no, I think what's cool about him is that he has the pants. So I think I'll keep the pants. And maybe just do a different color, you know. Now his colors, I think his tan colors don't exactly match all the desert figures and stuff like that I've done recently. So maybe I'll have to look at him and make him match closer to
like the
that stuff. Yeah.
Like the Vanguard and Tony.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe because right now, he's got green camo on his pants. Maybe if I do tan with like a light brown camo.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
That would be fire. But then you would have to change the tank top too, because his tank top is like green, right?
Yeah, I can keep his tank top green. That's no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know how much you want to change. Where it's like, do you leave his pants and change his tank top? I don't know. You know. I mean, the cool thing about his green tank top is no one else had a green tank top.
Yeah.
You know, Sergeant Black, Carrick white, and gray.
Yeah.
Now, I was also thinking, should I reissue the Garrison trooper? People have been asking for that one too. But I think triggers,
light skin tone, or
do a white guy, a white Garrison.